Hello friends. Now this is the time to start working on Hive. So welcome back. I've already shown you like how you can work on Cloudera and how you can start your VMware image of Cloudera so that you can easily use it. And simple commands of Hadoop like you can use like put command or get command or copy from local or copy to local, or you can see ls command and then you can go for some like cat command and so on. So there are so many things that you can do, and there are many commands of Linux, those are directly working there. But then I don't say I have shown you all those commands which are there, but if you want you can explore the commands. There are certain commands which are not working, and there are many like Linux command which are working there. So you have to explore those commands and you can use that. So this in this session I'm going to introduce a little bit about Hive. You can refer my videos on YouTube channel, and you can see like how the things are working in detail. But then in this session I'm only going to give one demo on like how you can start working on Hive. So little bit on Hive I'll be explaining, and then I'll create some like database and tables, and then I'll show you like how it is different from RDBMS data otherwise you are seeing. So these things will be working on, and I'll try introducing some more things which are otherwise available as a feature of Hadoop, and those are not the part of RDBMS. So, not in detail, as we cannot do in detail, because Hive is, like having lots of things there, lots of features there. Those are unique features. But then, of course, you will have some idea on Hive, and if you watch the previous video and this video, then you can start working on Hive. That is definitely there. So let us understand like how we can do this thing, and I'm starting the sharing now. So this is my Cloudera image. I already told you from where you can get it. And we have, in fact, I have shown you some demo on small commands of SDFS. Now this is the time I need to start, like Hive. What is Hive first? So Hive is basically called the data warehouse system in Hadoop. So if suppose you want to work on data warehouse, now data warehouse is what? So if suppose we are talking about SQL server, just imagine like I am just referring it like SQL server. So you can store the data that is coming, like from some structured sources, and then you can put the data into the tables. Now, if the data source is different, like I have a SQL server in different places, and I want to put it in a centralized location, so that is what data warehouse is. But when we are talking about the data warehouse in Hadoop, then it is basically a little bit different from the data warehouse concept that we have in RDBMS. So how it is different, like that you have to understand, like if once we are talking about Hadoop, we are talking about different types of data, like you can have structured data, or you can have, like semi-structured or unstructured data. So different types of data you can have, and you can store those data and you can put it together. So you can put it in one warehouse, and if those are structured data, or you are converting it to it as a structured data, so that is Hive in like in Hadoop. So that's why it is called the data warehouse system in Hadoop. So you'll have the structured data there. You can query those data as if it is you are querying in SQL server. So if suppose you are, so prerequisite is like you should have knowledge of SQL statements at least. But then I'm showing you some commands which will help you in understanding that part. So need not to worry about that. If suppose you are not from RDBMS background, then there will be little bit, confusion if later on you understand what is RDBMS. So if anyone is watching this video is not aware of, like SQL or RDBMS, then in that case, what is happening, like later on, if you are trying to learn, any RDBMS, for example, SQL Server or Oracle or Teradata or so on, so in that case, you'll get little bit confused because the way of working there are little bit different. But then, like the statements, like select statements and all. So almost those are similar, which are happening in case of RDBMS and which are happening in case of I. So that's what a brief introduction about this thing. So if suppose you want to know more about this, so you can refer my YouTube channel, or you can also refer my Udemy courses on big data and so on. But then that is not must. Let me tell you. So just try understanding, and I ensure you, like, at least you'll be able to understand how SDFS is working and how you can work on Hive. So let us start it. So if suppose you want to work on, like Hive, so simple command is there to start Hive. So you'll have to start Hive first. So how you are starting Hive? So you just type Hive and wait for some time. So it is starting Hive. As I told you, this is a data warehouse system. Now it is similar in some fashion, or you can say in some way, it is similar to how, data warehouse, or you can say the RDBMS, like SQL or Oracle, Teradata, so on, are working. So it is similar to that. So you will be finding some similar command if you are already in from the database background. So those commands, for instance, like you can create a database here. The command is same. You can use the database, means you can enter inside the database. So command is same. And if suppose you want to drop a database, the same command. If you want to create a table, so little bit differences are there. So that's how it is. So we'll check one by one. So you can see here, like it is starting and it takes some time to start. Before that, let me tell you like what exactly I'm going to do. So what we'll do, like we have this employee.txt that you can see. Now I'm going to create a table on the top of, like in Hive, you can say, on the top of this particular text file, which has like, like comma separated values here. So you can see like we have two different rows available here. So you can consider those rows as, you can say like employee ID, then you have name of the employee, and then you can say the designation of the employee. So these three things are there that we are going to consider while we are going to create a table. So three steps will be there. One is like creating a database. So that will be like will create one time. And if you already have a database, so you can simply go and use that database. And once this is done, then we'll be creating a table inside that particular database. So you can see like Hive prompt has come. Now, this is the Hive prompt where we can write the Hive commands. How it works. So let me first of all do one thing. I say show databases. So it will be showing me which are the databases already available. So it is something like ls command that we are doing it for listing. If you are not from database background, so you understand that way. Like we have just seen how it is. You can, if suppose I say ls command, so it is showing. So ls command, it is listing the directory and folder inside the particular folder. So in Hive, it is like if suppose you are creating a database, understand this concept, why I'm saying folder. Because in Hive, even if you are creating a database, it is nothing but a folder only. So let us create one database, and I'll show you how it is a folder. So I'm creating a folder. I say here create database, and I say emp details. This is my database that I'm creating. Now what will happen? This database will be created in a particular location on HDFS. So it is saying okay. So let us do one thing, like I say Hadoop fs hyphen ls. You know this command. This command, if you don't know this command, you have to refer the previous video if you have not seen that live streaming. So this is the command which is showing us like which are the files and folders in the root of SDFS. I have already told you in my previous, video streaming. Now, but then I want to go to the location where this particular, database has been created. And as I told you, once you create a database, so there's no database in fact created inside. So it is a folder that is created on HDFS. So the location is what, like user Hive warehouse. So on SDFS, that is the default location where you are creating that particular one. So you can see here, this is user on SDFS. So what we'll do, like let me put the whole path. I say user Hive, and then I say warehouse. User Hive and warehouse, I press enter. So you'll see there that the folders which are already there, for example, like this is a folder called default. So this is a database. Let me tell you, like in Hive terminology, you'll say it a database. Or if you are from, RDBMS background, so these are the databases. But here the difference is like, so staff details, again, database. And I have created a new database. So if suppose I say show databases again, so we can see like now this new name is also entered there. So this is like you have the, like I have just created a database called EMP details. Now you can see here, so we have staff details here, you can see, and you have EMP details that we have created. And one difference that you can see here, like it has included .db. So you can see here .db is included. So I have created a database called, EMP details, and that is a folder. You can see here, it's a folder. It's a directory, D. D indicates it's a directory. And it is always creating in this location if it is not the external table. So the table that I'll be creating will be of two different types. I'll discuss on that. But then if it is like you are specifying a database, so it is created in the default location, that is user, Hive, and warehouse. And it is including one extension, that is .db, and it's a folder only. If you go inside the folder, so you will see as of now it is just blank because we have not created anything there. So for instance, like if suppose I want to go inside that, so I'll have to put employee.db. So we'll see this part. As of now, this is just blank. So let it happen. Now what I do, let me clear the screen. Now if suppose you want to use some like Linux command, so you have to put this sign there before the Linux command. So I say clear is the command to clear the screen, and I put one semicolon there. So it is clearing the screen now. Now I need to go to employee details, like database. So what I'll do, I say use employee details. Use employee details and press enter. So now what will happen, like I am now, it is saying employee detail is not available. We'll have to ensure that, okay, so it was EMP detail that I have created. So let me do one thing. So it is EMP details. So I say use EMP details. So I am there. Here also, so this is EMP details, EMP details.db. So we have created EMP details.db. Now let me create one table here in this particular EMP details database. So if I create a table in EMP details database, so it will create a subfolder inside the folder called emp details.db. So let us see how it is created and where it goes. So I say here like create table. Now this is the same command that we are using in case it is RDBMS. Now I am naming the table. So I say employee. And which are the columns which we have? So let me refer the structure there. So earlier we had, so this is having employee ID, name, and profession or designation. So I say EMP ID. This is string type. So I say string, comma, EMP name. Again string. Then we have, like designation. So I say desig. Now this is also a string. And let me close it. So till here, the command is same, like create table, employee, name of the column, and the type of like column, and so on. Now after that, we have to specify some more things here. So what are those? Like we'll say row format delimited. This is the first one. Then we'll say fields terminated by. So in this case, we are terminating these fields by comma. You can see here. So it is comma separated. So we are saying here comma. So how we'll do that? So we'll put like this. So fields terminated by, like comma. Okay. And then we'll say stored as text file and press enter. So you can see it is saying that it has created a folder. Now this stored as text file can be of different type of files. Like for example, we can have stored as RC, ORC, then we have Parquet. So these are the different types of file structure. We are not covering those, but then for your understanding, you can even have one more, item that we can include here, that is location. So you can specify if suppose we are not to store this in the default location. So default location is your what user Hive warehouse. This is the location. So this will be the part of that particular database, but then the location of the table will be different. So we are not going to do that. Mostly it is done in case we are doing it for external table. So in this case, we are not doing it for external table. We are doing it for internal or managed table. So as you can see, like this table has been created. Now let me see here, like in this emp details.db. So whether something happened there. So I say Hadoop fs space -ls. Then I'm putting the full path like user hive warehouse and the name of the database. So that again becomes a folder, as you know, it's a subfolder. And inside this subfolder, this table that has been created, like employee table that we have created. So that will appear, like as a subfolder inside that particular folder. So we are creating in Hive a database. We have created in Hive like EMP details database, and then inside that database we have created one table called employee table. And this employee table has certain columns and all. But ultimately what happens, like whenever we are going on SDFS, so we see that this is again a folder. So you can see here like employee folder has been created. You can see here like employee folder has been created inside where, so that is emp details.db. So where this particular like table has been created, or you can say a folder has been created. As of now this folder is blank. So if suppose you say here employee, so obviously and there is no .db, means it is table, but then ultimately it is a folder only. So if you press enter, then you'll have a blank information available. Now I want to load the data. Now where is the data? So we have the data available in location, right? So let me start another because I have already clicked this, so this will take some time. So what I do, like let me like start another terminal so that I can quickly some more things there. Okay. So what I do here, like I'm showing here. So employee.txt is available. Where is this? So this is the location. So PWD. So this is the location where we have employee.txt. Now I want to load this information into the table called employee in Hive. So that is like we can insert now, insert, update, delete was not working earlier in Hive, but now we can do that one by one. But in case we want to do bulk loading, like we have more than one rows, and that we want, so here we have only two rows. You can have, like thousands of rows that you can at a time you can put inside this particular table. So what I'm going to do here, like I'm going to insert this like data set to this particular Hive table. So for that, what we'll do, we'll say load data, local in path. Now, what is the path? So path is home, Cloudera, and then inside that Cloudera, the path is including the name of the file. So that is employee.txt. Fine. So we are loading the data from this particular location. Don't forget to close this one. So we have started. So we are including in this entire path in a single code. Now, so load data local in path. This is the path into. So into table. What the name of the table? So name of the table is employee. So I say employee and I'm pressing enter. So it's saying loading data to table emp details.employee. So emp details is what? The name of the database. Now, if you go here in this window, so you have the employee, I say ls. It will be showing us like the file that has been uploaded. Here, if I say select star from employee and press enter, so it will be showing me the content of that particular file. So the name of the file is employee.txt. We have loaded that file, like into the particular table that we have created. So you can see here it is having information. Now you can do any type of, for example, suppose I say select star from employee where like uh, EMP ID equals to 101. Okay, so that's how. And secondly, here if you see parallelly we are seeing here like user hive warehouse emp details.dp employee, and this employee.txt, you can see this is amazing, like the file that is there. Now this file is inside that particular, so you can understand like the structure is different. It is not same as you can say like in rdbms what we have. So it's not like that. It's the structure is different. The structure is completely different from what happens in RDBMS. And that's why I said that if suppose you are learning it first and then going for RDBMS, so probably you'll get confused because that way it is not working there. Little bit differences are there. And so what happens here, like we are having one comma separated value, like file that we have uploaded. So it looks like this is a database, but then ultimately what is that? This is one SDFS, like folder that is available in a location. And here you can see like you are querying it as if it is a SQL type of database. So that's the beauty. So like so many things you can do. Now, before I go in other details, let me tell you one more thing here. So if suppose we are using this command load data local in path. Now this load data local in path is saying what? Like the data is coming from a local directory. If suppose I want the data from HDFS, so we'll just be removing this local and then we'll put the HDFS folder location from where like we can get the data. And this table that we have created, this is called internal table. And this table, like you can create, it has some advantages, some disadvantages. And you can create another table. So instead of like create table employee, you can say create external table employee, and then we'll be putting one location. So that way it will become what external table, and the benefit will be like even if suppose in case of external table, if you are dropping the table, so your data remains intact, like it will be available, data will not go. But in case if you are dropping the table, so if you say drop table, name of the table, so it will drop the entire, like the folder. So folder will be deleted along with the file. So that is employee.txt, and it will no longer be, like getting the data that is available. So that's how it is working, and that's how the things are there. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll come soon live to show you some more things on this Hadoop. Thank you again.